I look at it this way: we see this this colorful haired motherfucker, and we expected him to be a thug and take the fucking rep. No,
Well,
we
that's
didn't
what he
even
said.
fucking.
But that's what he said. He said that he believed the rap game.
Yeah.
He said back in the day when fuckers like Biggie and them were doing their thing, they were rapping about shit that was real. They've been through that shit. But then you hear about Drake and me doing the Rico song, and they're talking about murder, murder, murder. Them fools ain't doing no motherfucking murders.
Hey, yo, Mikey.
That's what I'm talking about.
What up, what up, what up? Beard Bros Podcast, sponsored by Clean House Sports Picks. If you guys do betting during the weekend or the weekdays on any type of sports, link in description. Go hit them up on Instagram. They do weekly, monthly, and yearly subscriptions, giving you professional help on who to choose or what bets to place at the particular time of the game or before the game. So thank you, Clean House Sports Picks. Also, before we get started, like and subscribe to the channel. If you're new, welcome aboard. We provide one of the best contents on YouTube in New Mexico. So we got a few topics we're going to talk about today. Where should we start? I think this is
Let's start with the Clippers are losing.
They're losing?
By 5 with
How?
a minute left.
What's by 5 with a minute left?
105, 100.
Oh, they're done. They're going to go to game 6.
Good
Well,
for
that's
us.
what's up. I kind of wanted them to be pushed a little bit further. I guess we could start there. What's his name? House?
I don't know his first name. I know his last name's House Jr. I don't know.
Okay. Explain the story.
They have corona testing every fucking day, and I guess one of the ladies that they had to specify it was a lady that went to his hotel room, by the way. But one of the ladies that do the testing went to his hotel room, and that is forbidden by the rules of the bubble. The bubble clearly says for both parties are not allowed to engage in any private activities. And it looks like Mr. House was doing some extracurricular activity up there. And I don't know what they did. I'm assuming as an adult, if I invite a woman over to my hotel room and, yeah, I'm going to assume we're fucking because that's what we do as adults. So Mr. House has been escorted off the building and will not return to the bubble.
I mean, they were about to leave after tomorrow anyways.
I don't know 100% if the NBA made him leave.
I would assume it's all.
I'm assuming because, I mean, he played last night, and then now all of a sudden he's leaving
And
the
see,
bubble.
what's the jack? Okay, this is my take. And let's try to disregard the whole if you believe in COVID or not. Let's just take it from a perspective of this. If I'm sick and I go to work, what are my chances of getting someone else sick? Is it advised? They usually tell you whether you're sick or not to stay home, right? That's kind of
that's the rule.
Kind of the rule. Now, we don't know whether or not this person who entered the bubble, however, which is weird because I thought they had security.
Well, what they do, she's one of the test people. She tests for coronavirus.
Oh, she was the one of the girls in the room?
Well,
then I guess no harm, no foul.
They go to the big-ass ballroom, which I believe these people that are doing the coronavirus testing are staying at the hotel as well, or the resort, so they don't even get to go home neither because that's kind of tampering with the whole bubble
It would
situation.
make no sense.
So even then, he's not getting... I mean, he might get her pregnant, but he's not getting any kind of virus. They're both clear. They do it every day.
They're both quarantined.
Yeah, they're quarantined for like 3 months already.
See, okay, so that makes this makes me change my whole perspective now.
It wasn't like she was just
Some random stripper.
I wish that would be even better.
No, you're right. It makes it a different story now because it's like they're both quarantined. You're most likely both of them have been tested 100 times.
Yeah, more than that probably, but yeah.
Pretty much they said you're not allowed to have guests. Let's just leave it at that. Now we can't really like pretend we know something we don't. Those would be allegations or rumors or whatever, my opinion. But let's just say basically the NBA or whomever decided to kick House out is saying you're not allowed to have nobody in your room.
Basically, that's the rule. Not even your teammates could go in your room.
That's dumb.
Yeah. You're not allowed.
I mean, as it is, you're playing with these people anyways.
You're in a fucking hotel lobby, you're in the elevator, in the bus.
You're bumping each other on the court.
Yeah, you're practicing. You're fucking getting sweat on top of each sweat. Maybe even blood. Who fucking knows?
Oh, blood. LeBron had blood on his jersey
That's what I'm saying. He don't even play on their team.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I get the rule. It's cool, whatever. Fuck it. It's a rule. You didn't kick Will out for going to a strip club on his little thing that he had to go do in Atlanta. But you're going to supposedly kick House out. I don't know if he got kicked out. I'm just saying he left. He leaves the bubble randomly. Who the fuck just leaves with another?
He had some family emergency. I think someone passed away in his family. That was the whole thing that he left.
Okay, well, whatever the reason he leaves. It's like, why can't that man have sex with, or just have a woman,
guest.
a guest in? Women, men, I don't give a fuck.
I get the guest part because, like I said, if it had been some random person from out of the bubble, then you're running the risk of getting everybody sick and ruining the playoffs.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, imagine if he got COVID from a random girl from out of the bubble.
Yeah.
And then they go play LeBron and them tomorrow. And then he goes or maybe he hung out with her multiple times. And they barely found out now, and LeBron and them get COVID. And then it screws up the playoffs.
That'd be crazy.
So I get the selfish act that but if it was someone, I don't know. It's tough. You got to keep the rules.
The rules aren't going to be rules forever, because if LeBron wasn't married and he brought somebody over, he's not getting in trouble for that.
I mean, look, Lou Will got away with it. But he wasn't in the bubble either. Lou wasn't in the bubble.
That's true. And they already knew he was going to have to quarantine for whatever amount of days anyway, so he might as well just get over and done with whatever the fuck he wants to do outside. Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
I mean, it sucks, but again, I'll have to just say what it is. I mean, Houston was going to be out tomorrow anyway.
Shout out my boy House. I need that nigga's rookie card. He's a fucking legend.
It's tough,
Somebody
man.
was going to do it. I'm surprised JR wasn't the guy that did it. I'm really surprised.
I mean, there's still time for all that.
JR, don't fucking do it, you motherfucker.
Don't fuck up, even though you're not a part of the team, really.
I know he's not a big part of
He's not really.
It's not like the Cleveland
Even
LeBron,
Dwight Howard
JR.
and McGee right now aren't a part of the team because we're playing small ball.
Yeah.
And that makes me worry, like, moving forward, too. It's like, are they going to be a part of the whole LA series? Because,
I mean, even if they're not, Montrezl Harrell is all right. He's 6-man, but I'm not on the hype. He's a cool guy, rocks the second best sneaker collection in the NBA. Obviously, the king of sneakers is PJ Tucker. But basketball-wise, he's all right.
I mean, that's the thing.
That's why he's on the bench, not starting.
I don't know. I just look at them as being pretty small ball, but deep in rotation.
They got a big team. Really long, really 10, maybe 12 players that they could sub in and out.
Yeah.
Got a good team, but I don't see them guarding AD.
I don't see anybody guarding AD on that team.
In the whole playoffs, rest of the playoffs, I think the only player that probably could guard him is Bam from the Heat. That's a really good power forward defender. Celtics, I don't think anybody on that team can guard him. Clippers.
See, but what if you
Montrezl
had
Harrell?
Jokic?
Oh, Jokic maybe, but he's slow.
He is very slow.
But maybe Paul Millsap's too small.
He would probably
Michael
be the
Carter, Michael Porter Jr. Maybe he's like 6'11".
guy. His defense is weak.
But yeah, other than probably Bam out of Bayou, whatever his name is, that's probably the only other guy.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Basketball is about
Almost
to get
over.
the championship here in about a week.
Yeah, it's
So
almost
that's
over.
all that matters. I don't care about the finals as long as Lakers win the Western. Ain't nobody beating them in the finals. Nobody in the East is beating any of the LA teams.
No. Maybe Celtics against Clippers. Maybe. It's possible.
I don't know. I think they're too young. Kimba's too small. They don't have enough.
It's possible, though. I don't think they can beat the Lakers, but they can beat the Clippers.
So there was another story. I thought this is kind of a funny story if you guys haven't heard yet. So Odell Beckham ended up having this rumor about himself. All allegations. No truth to it, at least from his part of the
No,
world.
he hasn't said shit yet.
Basically, he likes to get shit on.
He's the shit, dog.
He likes to get shit on by bitches.
Weird as fuck. No, I don't really care because I'm not the type.
So
to judge.
that's basically. I just want to go like, if you guys are into some kinky shit, what is the kinkiest thing that you've ever done? Put it in the comment section. Just be raw about it. I mean, kinky can mean maybe you got tied up and let the girl like fucking do whatever to you. Maybe you're into like Cosmo play where you dress up as shit and play like little acting scenes. That's kind of
like cosplay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And so
That's what's up.
there's all kinds of things. Maybe you're one of those people that fucking have your lady get the strap on and fuck you from behind. I don't know. But I'm not sure
God
if
damn.
I could allow even a girl to piss on me, let alone shit on me. And then you got to think of the girl doing the shitting. Is she just like ready to shit on spot?
Like, is it on command? I don't know. From what I watched the fucking Adam 22 podcast. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a podcast. It's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
I watched it. Even Adam, the next podcast, said, "Man, I was in the other room, bro. I didn't know who she was talking about until I had to rewatch it because everybody was yelling in the room." He said, "I didn't know she said Odell Beckham." He's like, "I woke up the next day and Adam 22 was #1 on Twitter, viral." And I was
See,
thinking,
and you
like,
got to
what the
think,
fuck?
that fool had to have been on Twitter. He knew.
Damn, that's-
Why hasn't he come and said anything? I guess I would be embarrassed.
Odell? I mean, I'm going to say it this way. Everybody's into something. Everybody has their right to be into whatever they're into. I'm not going to judge him. I don't care. I mean, that's cool. Just don't have no bitches shit on me. That's weird as fuck.
You're right. Everybody, I guess it just sucks in nowadays because if anything you do gets spread like wildfire.
Yeah, it's like, who cares if he's into that? Really, I don't really care. It's just a funny topic to say because it's kind of hot. It's kind of just, it's in your face. Like, where does he get shit on? Like, on his junk or is it like on his chest?
I would assume chest.
I don't.
And what's weird is, where are you doing the shitting on? On the bed?
Oh hell no! You better be in the shower or something.
You're in the shower. You're letting her just hover over you.
If I was Odell Beckham and I was like, I like to get shit on. I
Okay.
like to. I would probably do it in the shower.
You would do it in the shower just so you could wash off.
Yeah, but that's just me mentality.
But
Because
see,
I
that's
don't
what
like
I'm
it.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking is we're thinking of getting the shit off us right away. I'm thinking this nigga's like, I'm gonna get shit on and fuck the shit out of her again. Literally.
The thing was weird though, because he said like the girl, it's Chief Keef's baby mom, one of them. He has like 20 of them. Was saying 24 hours before she went over there, that he told her not to shower, and not to wear any underwear, and then made her send a picture of her shitting on the toilet. So he wanted a video of her shitting, and she's like, I tried to make it as sexy as I could, but it was like, how do you make shitting cute?
Sexy.
Yeah. So then she got there, and like she said she couldn't shit on him and shit. Like I guess she had nervous shits, dog. She couldn't shit.
But it's like even if I needed to shit right now, like if I was like told like, hey, I'll give you a G if you could go shit right now. I don't know if I could just shit out right now.
I could.
You could just shit. Well, maybe
Anywhere.
because you need a shit.
Anywhere. At any time.
No, I think if pressure was on and someone's like, you have to shit right now, life or death.
Oh, dude. If that's the case,
And we're going to watch.
If that was the case,
And you got to have someone watch you.
If I couldn't shit, I'm jerking my shit off. I'm like,
Hold on, nah. There's
I'm like,
no compromise.
no, because I'm just gonna make it weird at that point. I'm like, I can't
After
shit.
that, and it has to be the opposite sex watching you.
That's cool.
It has to be a girl watching you shit.
I've had that before. I mean, not on purpose.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I think when you're put in that like predicament, anytime the pressure's on, it don't even have to be shitting on someone. It's like sports, or maybe you have like a big meeting, or you have something going on that's like a big moment. Nerves are kicked in, you know? And someone like, I mean, Odell is Odell. He's a very famous athlete across the world.
Yeah, he's like one of the top probably 10, 5 in the world.
Yeah, he's up there in one of the higher people of athletes, and if he's sitting there telling the chick, I want you to fucking shit on me, that girl's probably like, what? Like, what did you just say?
I'd find
Like, you want me to, like, come on you? And then he's like, nah, bitch. I want you to spread your ass cheeks and fucking shit on my chest. And he's just laying there. You see
Could
this
you
tattoo?
if I was a bitch, I couldn't take him serious. I'd just be laughing. I was like, dude,
Well, what's funny is she said that she tried.
yeah, she said she tried, bro.
And that's funny, too, because it's like, you got to up some courage just to shit on... Like, it's already embarrassing to kind of shit in front of, like, strangers.
Yeah.
But then it's, like, embarrassing just to kind of shit on
I
somebody.
guess you're right, because, like, people are, like, scared to, like, they go to, like, their father-in-law's house, and they're like, oh, can I use the restroom? And they need a shit, and they're all nervous as shit. They don't want it to stink and shit. Like,
Stink, or they're hurrying up.
yeah.
Or... No, I get you. Like, that's the thing. It's normal to shit, but to shit on somebody... person.
Oh no, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta say you nasty, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna say sorry because I don't know.
Oh, that shit nasty. I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, man, I ain't judging nobody, but bro, I'm gonna judge you. That shit nasty.
Because
as
you
fuck.
gotta think shit is nasty.
That is just.
And it has a very, like, I guess it depends on what the girl is eating.
Oh,
Like, what if he's like, you better go eat that fucking grande combo from Taco Bell.
Yeah, she goes to Chipotle. For
Like, do you think he gets that specific on it?
I mean, he made her not shower for 24 hours and wear no underwear. So
I wonder if he has, like, a stink fetish.
I mean, fuck, maybe. He probably likes stinky shit.
Like, he likes, like, sweaty armpit smell and, like, that. Like,
natural odor.
Yeah, that natural odor. It's like, don't fucking rub, like, don't clean yourself.
You think he stinks?
Nah, I kind of feel like that motherfucker, like, makes sure he smells good.
Yeah, it's weird to me too. I feel like I don't
Like, he
obviously
seems like
I don't know him, but I feel like just watching him and his persona, he looks like a dude that
Takes
wears,
care of himself.
probably wears like the best cologne,
Yes.
like body wash. Is just like
Because wasn't he part of the Head and Shoulders thing, too, at one point?
yeah, he was a head and shoulder. Obviously, it's fucking
Yeah, he's got his hair and stuff.
yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I just... That topic had got brought up in the last few days, and I was just like, I'm going to look into this a little bit more. And yeah, it was odd.
It was funny.
It was a very odd thing for people to kind of bring up.
What
But
if you're a teammate? What if you're Baker Mayfield
like-
in the locker room? Like, oh,
They're
no.
like, dog, I'm going to throw this shit at your chest. You better catch it.
Yeah, you know right now he's in the deep water with his teammates because you got Myles Garrett on your team. He's a savage.
He's a savage.
Juice
You
is
got
Jarvis
probably
Landry.
Nick Chubb is probably a fucking savage.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt's probably a fucking savage.
Baker's a fucking asshole.
Oh, dog, they're probably just clowning on that.
You're
fool
lucky
hard.
Joe Thomas isn't there no more.
He probably wouldn't have done anything. It's just a funny topic because it's funny because like ESPN can't talk about it.
No, fuck
It's not
no.
a thing that you could like. Usually when athletes trend, ESPN's on top of it. Not this time.
No, fuck no. And I'm surprised if I was his teammates, I would have came out and be like, "Oh, I'm into this. Fuck it," and get all the backlash off of Odell Beckham.
Yeah, but it ain't their fucking job to get Odell out of some shit.
But I'd be a true homie though. I'm
Nah,
like,
fuck that. I'm letting him fucking tread in those waters because it's like, nigga, what the fuck, dog? You're over here. What are you doing with these bitches?
I would have to ask him, dog.
Dog, that's-
If he was sitting in that chair, I'd be like, yo, Odell, you're not gonna answer this question. I know you're not gonna answer it, but fucking.
Oh, you know who do they play first? Baltimore. You know they're gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
Like when he's up against the corner, he's like, "Damn, nigga, you want to shit on my chest?"
And the crazy thing is, there gonna be fans. So
No, there's no fans.
no,
in
there's not
Baltimore.
gonna be any fans.
Oh,
So
yeah.
There's just gonna be loud, not loud.
Oh,
it's gonna be-
hopefully it's like the NBA kind of.
yeah, I
we
mean, you
could
can
get
hear
him.
it. You can hear it.
Yeah, that'll be lit.
And the mics, if you're mic'd out now, you can hear everything. Watch.
Yeah,
So that's gonna
true.
be fun every fucking like Thursday night when they show the mics.
That's true. That would be cool.
That's pretty
Well,
cool.
that's a good way to segue into NFL's back. Last night was officially the first NFL game of the 2020-2021 season.
R.I.P. to Deshaun
Um,
Watson and the Houston Texans.
Yeah, Houston got stomped on by the Kansas City Chiefs pretty handily. Chiefs look pretty good. I don't really want to talk about the game too much. I want to talk about pregame. They did a ceremonial like gathering where it was considered
a powwow. Not just
no,
kidding.
it was called
Moment of
we are together or something like that moment. No flags, no anthem. It was just everybody locking arms across the field. And Kansas City, and I believe, don't quote me, but I almost am 100% sure, Jacksonville are the only two NFL teams allowing fans. Reason being is their state governor has allowed those type of gatherings, but they are capped out. So I think they're both capped out at 22% capacity. So last night, the Chiefs had fans. Well, during this moment, while they were doing the together thing, we are together, the fans were booing.
Oh yeah, it was easily. It wasn't a cheer. It was.
Oh, no.
There's video from the stands of the fans, and those fuckers were booing.
They were booing. And I guess I just want to get your take. What do you think when you think of people booing for the reasoning, for what it is that those players were standing for?
I think it's stupid to boo. You just literally paid money to watch a 70% black league, and it's like, why boo? You're literally watching. You're probably cheering on. Half of your favorite players are black. Because honestly, on Cowboys, all my favorite players are black besides one, and it's Vander Esch. It's like everybody else is black on that team. I mean, I'm not going to the stadium to boo, even if it's like Deshaun Watson. He's out there with Pat Mahomes. I'm not booing it because Pat Mahomes is out there. Well, personally, I'm not booing because I don't really think it's cool to fucking judge somebody off of something. That's like making fun of a retard because he's retarded, or like not retarded. I'm sorry, that's a fucked up way to say it.
But
a special needs individual, making fun of them because they have special needs. There's nothing he could do or she could do about that. It's like that's the way I look at it. It's like there's nothing we could do about changing our color. There's nothing they could do. It's just ridiculous. It's like why boo? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I didn't get the whole booing thing either. Basically, what it made me think of is you're racist.
Yeah, they're
or you are against the black community.
Yeah.
That's basically what it made me feel like. Because I understand the flag thing, but I had preached this, and I wish we would have had a podcast then when Colin Kaepernick had kneeled. I knew what it stood for. I stood behind Colin the moment he did. I said, that's not for the flag. I hope people can get that. And people still were like, nah, fuck Colin Kaepernick. He's a disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, hold up. Like, you're looking at it one way where if you were open-minded a little bit and at least a little bit more, I guess, genuine to the sympathetic side of racism, then you would understand that this is more of a stand for the black community rather than against the military and all of that other stuff.
Yeah.
And so for me yesterday, it kind of made me seem like, damn, you're against black people.
Because there wasn't no national anthem. They let that already go by. They let everything that y'all want to go by, and they did it on a peaceful little grounds. Everybody was out there. Andy Reid,
JJ Watt, and them were locked arms with Deshaun and Patrick.
It's like white people in the NFL are doing it, black people are doing it, and they're uniting, and there's still people out there like
right there though, like literally. And what's the worst part is like you have no shame.
It's gonna be to a point where Kansas City's not gonna have fans. They're not gonna. Kansas City Chiefs are gonna be like, I don't want no fans. Since y'all want to boo.
Yeah, I mean that could be a repercussion, and it sucks that you would have already spoiled it the first day of the NFL season.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Jacksonville's fans aren't gonna boo. I mean, they might because there's Jacksonville Jaguars, but I don't think they'll boo. I think every team's gonna do that first game. You stand in the middle of the field. And do
I would assume so, but it's just super sad to look at it that way. It's like, man, bro, you guys are just
pieces of shit.
Yeah, like you're literally pathetic because it's like, man, you can't. I don't know. I guess I can't elaborate too much because I don't know the reasoning behind their.
I don't think there should be a reason behind it.
I don't think there should be, but I don't know. But it's just so sad to see like there's a crisis amongst us, and yet we still have people literally right then and there just disregarding it and saying, you know, I don't care about the black community pretty much.
I ain't gonna lie. NFL did a lot of good, though. Like, instead of having your team name on the back of your helmet, it says, like, Breonna Taylor or...
Oh, I did see that on the back of the helmet, little piece.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They did a lot of cool little stuff.
Yeah, like, I think they put, like, we're all together on the end zone on the top.
Yeah.
It's just little things like that.
It is little things. It's just sad, man. It's like, man, you Chief fans.
Y'all
I'm not saying all of you, but those that were in attendance
It was
last
majority
night,
of motherfuckers.
and yeah, it was loud
It was loud as fuck.
because it was a moment of silence.
And then it was about half that section, maybe more, that was just on it. Like, I'm like, damn, bro. If I knew those people and I was friends with those people, I'd be like, we ain't friends no more, bro. I'm sorry. I can't accept something like that. I don't know. That's just fucked up.
Yeah, it was pretty messed up. On another note, I want to segue into this because this is actually another serious take, a little bit different though. So, as you know, we're Dallas Cowboy fans. Our beloved quarterback Dak Prescott came out a few days ago, actually, stating that he deals with anxiety and depression and stuff, especially after that his brother took his life earlier this year. So our condolences to the Prescott family. But I just wanted to touch a little bit of base on this because I'm not sure. Do you deal with depression or anxiety or anything like that?
I have depressed moments, but I don't know. It's just like, you ever, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you ever feel like you're just down on the dumps? Like, you're just a down mother. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a negative Nancy, so I think that's probably what it is.
So you think it's like your mind feeds itself?
Yeah, like, whenever you listen to a sad song when you're sad, it makes it more meaningful. So it's just like, I'm a negative dude. I just think everything negatively. So I just feel like it's just like a karma effect upon your life.
See, and I guess I do understand to the extent of, like, I always try to see positive. Yeah. Like, even when people are going to be like, damn, that sucks, you fucking, yeah, I know I hurt my leg, but I look at it as it's an opportunity just, again, like, I stepped out there on the field to prove a point. Yeah. Whether or not I prove that point, so be it. But now this is a moment in time to prove another point. Like, I'm 30 years old. I may not recover exactly the way I recovered from here, but am I going to allow it to stop me? Probably not. Am I going to put sports down? Yeah, probably, but I'm still going to be, like, the best me ever. Yeah. And it's like, I look at, like, people that deal with anxiety and depression. I can't understand it to the fullest because I can't say I'm ever sad. It's pretty tough. Like, if I listen to a sad song, I don't think of it as being sad. I just like the music. Yeah. But I know people, like you said, listen to those types of songs and they are in touch with it because that's how they feel. Yeah, that's how it is. How do you usually cope with those moments? Do you notice those moments?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Being depressed is like the worst. I don't know what triggers it sometimes. This is crazy. I don't know. I just listen to music. That's all I do.
So you just kind of sit back and just relax?
Sometimes I'll just get up and go drive, take a drive or something.
Take a drive.
Yeah, I don't. I try not to dwell on it because it's like, woe me kind of thing. It's like, no one's going to feel sorry for you. I mean, it's just, you got to deal with it on your own pace and your own ways.
But have you ever, like, seeked help? Like, have you ever asked anybody?
I don't think if you can't help yourself, I don't think anybody could help you.
Yeah, but what if, like, you don't think that there's... Okay, so my point is Dak Prescott came out and he announced it publicly. Yeah. Do you not think that he's going to get some type of help from that? Or do you think it was to get it off his chest?
Maybe to get off his chest, but I don't know if anybody could help you, really. It's like going to AA meetings. You could go to those meetings. Doesn't mean it's going to help you. You have to put that work in.
So you have to stop basically being depressed.
Maybe they could teach him, like, different methods that have worked over the years or something.
Because you got to think, he just lost his brother to suicide. And then his mom's life was taken pretty early in his life, I guess you could say. He was in college. Or he might have been even in high school. I think it was a senior year in high school. He lost his mom. Or maybe early college. But either way, he lost his mom to, I think, cancer. Yeah. So he's losing not just family members, but, like, his immediate family. Yeah. So that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, people, I don't know. Like, my depression isn't like family dying or anything, obviously, but I don't think that'd be a depressing moment in my life because that's gonna happen regardless. Right. That's nothing I can control. Nothing I could prevent. So I can't dwell on that because it's not anything I could prevent. I wouldn't say that would trigger depression. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know if it is depression. I just feel,
Is it ever and you don't have to be detailed. And you don't even have to say anything specific. But is it ever a specific thing? Like, is there ever one thing that's like it constantly comes back? It's like, damn, like this, or damn, like
Oh
that.
yeah. I will never speak on that.
Right.
But yeah, there's moments that I reflect on. I'm like, God damn, like fuck, like shit, like the shit like that. But
Just thinking like maybe it's never gonna get better, or
something like
it's
that,
not gonna go away.
something like that. Like you're like, damn, this shit's not getting any better. And then it's like, fuck, that shit, that happened. Like fuck, that's crazy. Shit like that, like.
I mean, I guess that's how I look. Like, I look at it a few ways. Like, I've been in my, and I'm not gonna. I think someday I will speak my piece on things, but I know there's been moments in my life that I think, I'll be honest, I'll put it this way: if someone else would have been in my place for those things, okay, hold on, let me start over. So I've been through things that I think most people would have taken them and they would have been done. Whether it, and I don't want to say this in a crude way, but basically I'm saying I'm glad it was me because I know I could have handled it. Whereas if it had been someone else, oh, they would have been no way they would have handled it. They would have either gone into a depression, ended up suicidal, maybe even committing that suicide, or in trouble, or on drugs, or on this, or on that. And the thing is I'm glad I was the one to go through the things that I went through. Even when the road had to be split amongst people, it was like, that road's going to be split, but I'd rather be it split the way it split now than if it had split a different way, because I know those other people or anyone else couldn't have done what I did. And I look at it that way because it's like, sometimes things are rough. Everybody goes through trials and tribulations every single day. And we don't know everybody's story. Everybody has a different story. They have different demons and battles and everything that they go through. But, I mean, I always see the silver lining because it's like, it could be worse. Like, yeah, this is my Achilles. This sucks. I'm out. Whatever. But I think it could have been worse. I could have broke my foot and tore my Achilles, or I don't know. Who knows what else could have happened? Maybe it wasn't even my foot. Maybe I get in a car accident and I'm paralyzed, or I end up with cancer, or it's always could be worse. And I guess I look at it that way. It's like, man, things are bad, but they always get better.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I lived like the worst life or anything like that, but fuck, so I don't know what makes it happen. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Like, you can't sleep. I don't know if that's part of the depression part or shit.
I'm sure it's something about it.
You can't think. It's just like a black cloud just over you. It's like, fuck, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, you're laughing and you're still like, what the fuck is wrong with me? You're like, why am I laughing now? I'm feeling this
That's so
fucked
crazy.
up way. It's weird.
I see. I have not experienced that, and I guess I thank God for that, because I don't know if I could deal with it. I would say I could, but obviously it's not something like I wish upon myself or anyone else.
I don't know. That's one of the most draining things of my day. Like, if that happens, like if I get in like a depressed state, I'm like, fuck, I gotta go home. I'm going to sleep. I'm not doing shit for that day. I'm sorry. I'm not.
No, and it's understandable. I think everybody goes through that a little bit. It may not be. I think depression hits in different waves on everybody. I think some people get it more.
Yeah.
And some people get it less.
I used to have it a lot when I used to like get fucking blacked out drunk. I think I would have depression way more. I used to have it. I don't think I did. I know I did. I had it way worse. Like, I was like fucking just wanted to die type of depression, because it was like, I think it was the alcohol. Alcohol is a depressant already. Right. So once you use it and overuse it, it makes you even feel even worse than you regularly were. So that's why I kind of slimmed down on it, because it's like, you don't like feeling like shit in the morning. Then you don't want to feel mentally sick. Then you don't want to feel mentally sick and sick at the same time. It's like, fuck this.
It's and then you have to
keep going harder and harder just to fight the fucking wave of the depression. So it's like, damn, I'm gonna kill myself.
See, and I think, to me, like what Dak did, I think it's important.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important to speak your piece. Like, is it easy? I could only imagine, because for me, I'm very open-minded. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, even if I hurt people's feelings, just because it's like, would you rather me be honest or would you rather me be polite?
Yeah.
Because if I'm being polite, I could lie to you and it wouldn't matter. As long as I'm telling you what you want to hear, you're okay with it.
Yep.
Me, I'm more like, just tell me the truth. If you don't fucking, like, if I'm talking to a chick and she don't like me, tell me you don't fucking like me. I'd rather you tell me that than you waste both our times. Because you lying to me thinking that there's false hope or something, now I'm at the point of, well, what the fuck? You don't really like me and you've been lying this whole time. Now I think you're a liar. I think you're untrustworthy, this, that, and the other. So basically, I like it just straightforward. That's why I think what Dak did was, it was important, because now maybe at least I think speaking to somebody is important. I think he's married, so maybe his lady knew or didn't know. Maybe his family.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he told before.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's nice to have that person, or multiple people. And I don't even think it's bad to get professional help, but at the same time, I can't say professional help is like the way either, because they don't know you personally.
Yeah, I think it was a good thing he came out, because just like how Kevin Love came out a couple years ago, it just opens doors for younger people that aren't on that superstar level to know that it's reality for everybody. Like when Waka Flocka came out and he was like, hey, I'm depressed. Same situation. His brother killed himself in the house when he was there, shot himself, and it was the same kind of situation. He came out saying he was depressed. Helps people out just to know people actually that are higher ends of the money-wise is dealing with shit like that too. Not everybody that's in the poverty-stricken environments that have depression, people up there have it too. Like it might not be financially depressed, or you're not whatever kind of I don't know if there's multiple kind of depression.
There's different types of depression. It just depends on you.
Yeah, but like how they deal with it isn't going out and finding new things to, how do you say it, like contradict it. Like you drink to take away the pain. Like that's not a good way to get rid of depression or fight depression. That's basically
honestly,
feeding it.
I like the thought of, and I'm not saying I do it all the time, but like meditation's a very strong thing. And it doesn't mean you have to like sit down with 100 candles and do these yoga moves or nothing. It could be whatever type of meditation you want to do. Like, even to the point of just like talking to yourself, building like a confidence inside of you, a burning desire to be great. Whether it's taking a cruise, laying under the stars, shit, even sitting in the dark, with nothing around and just breathing, doing breathing exercises.
And I see people that are depressed, and I know they're depressed, and you could just see it on people's faces. They try to like overwork themselves with work, or they try to keep themselves busy with like going to the gym hard, and like it's like you don't have to do all that. You don't have to overwhelm your physical body to get your mental right. Like
right,
there's little things you could do. Like you don't like I said,
it's balance.
Yeah, you can't just go crazy in the gym and like
you can't,
and then your body's just ready to go to sleep, so you're asleep. That's basically
like getting drunk.
You're drunk and then blacking out and going to sleep.
No.
Basically what it is.
It's not the way it works. I think it's self-balance. I think everybody needs to be, and when I say spiritually, it doesn't necessarily mean like you have to believe in God. I know everybody don't believe in God. But I think spiritually, mentally, and physically, you have to be balanced. You have to have that balance, whether it's like I said, doing the meditation and get yourself right spiritually, breathing, getting that nasty vibes and breathing it out while inhaling the good vibes, or like doing mental exercises, whatever actually brings happiness to you. You know, everybody has, like, I think you're very fascinated by the shoe game. Like, whether it's researching shoes, buying shoes, wearing shoes, whatever, if that's what brings you pleasure and happiness, fuck it, do it. And then physical game, I think it's important to exercise. Now, doesn't mean crushing it in the gym. No, it means go take a walk with the dogs, go swim in a pool, go take a bike ride with your girlfriend. Whatever the case is, physical activity is important because it gets your body moving. Because I don't think it's good to just sit up in bed or whatever all the time.
Yeah, that shit. Some of the shit's just crazy. Like I don't know what Dak how he feels or what's going on, but it could fuck up your mental on the football field. You could just be physically and mentally not there, and just it could be happening. It could happen. I mean, you pray for the best for Dak and his family and everything that's been going on through his life, but honestly, he should sit out and get his mental right. I mean, as much as it sucks for being a Cowboy fan and you don't want to see Dak to sit out, but if he's not mentally right, I would rather have a person be mentally okay than try to go win a Super Bowl. Like,
No, and I agree. Yeah, it would suck, but I think anybody's health is more important. Like when Travis Frederick decided to retire, I didn't even bat an eye. I was just like, you know what? You go take care of yourself, bro. Because after he got I forget what it was, but basically he just couldn't do it. He physically couldn't do it. And yeah, he tried, but I don't blame him for stepping away one bit.
Nope.
And so
Ryan Shazier,
oh yeah,
he just retired officially from the NFL.
He did.
He shouldn't be walking. That man took a devastating trauma to the neck, back region, and God willing gave him the ability to walk again. And he tried for the last 4 or 5 years to come back and couldn't. And he realized that, and now he's on to bigger and better endeavors that he could think of. And shout out to Ryan Shazier. I think that's how you say his last name.
Ryan Shazier.
So
yeah,
shout out to that man.
Everybody deals with them, but everybody has to deal with them their own way. And like I said, I think it's important coming out and talking about things that suck. Because life sucks.
If more players and more athletes and more fucking GMs and more actors and more famous YouTubers came out and that are actually in that problem, the people realize. I mean, there's not just them. It's not a me thing. It's a us thing kind of thing.
Right.
And it could become a union like Black Lives Matter kind of is. Like people could unify with each other and start groups and discords and shit like that to help people out. I mean, I have discords for sneakers, and I know if you could have a discord for sneakers, you could have discord for depression, and it's kind of crazy.
You could have anything.
So yeah, it's cool that Dak came out. It sucks the reason he did that. Like, I mean, obviously he's depressed. That's the sad part. But I mean, it opens lights for, say, a child in Chicago that lives poverty-stricken and have gun violence everywhere, and it's crazy. Or somebody living paycheck to paycheck that work at McDonald's and shit like that. Like, it just opens people's eyes. I mean, money doesn't make you happy.
No, it doesn't. And so, I don't know. It's a crazy topic. We could go on forever. Hopefully, you guys that are dealing with it personally, I hope you guys are coping with it the best you can, and I hope you know that there are people out there that can help you and put you in the right direction. And hopefully, I know it may never go away. It's not something that just goes away one day, but at least day by day, it's easier to deal with. And so
I want everybody just to tweet Dak a heart. Just tweet him a heart. Fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? He doesn't reply. Fuck it. But then he has 450 people sending him hearts from Roswell, and he's just like, "Nah, that's crazy."
That'll be what's up. So on this note, we'll change the subject a little bit. Okay, so did you watch the 6ix9ine podcast on Logan?
I watched about 35 to 45 minutes of it, and it was like an hour or so.
Yeah, so he just goes on. Did you get the part where he talks about, like, you facing 47 years and him facing and how he snitched? Yeah. He basically makes fun of the snitching thing, but basically he came out and just said that, man, when you're sitting there facing that many years, one guy might be from the set and saying, yeah, I'm going to do those 47 years. It's like, yeah, I could have done that. But then it's like everyone's going to just move on with their lives, and I'm just stuck doing 47 years for what?
Mm-hmm.
For people that don't even care about me.
I've said it from the beginning. If you do any fucking crimes next to me, I will fucking snitch. If I'm not the one manifesting these crimes, I'm not going to take no blame for it. If you're like, hey, pick me up and there's drugs in the car, I'm like, yeah, that's motherfucker's drugs. I don't know. So I'm going to snitch. I don't give a fuck. You call me a snitch, I don't care. I gave you all a fair fucking warning. Don't do crimes next to me because I'm not the type to do no fucking time for you.
No, and it
I
makes
got
sense.
a family. I got people I care about. I do not want to sit in jail for 60 days, 30 days, 7 days, an hour. I'm not sitting, no, fuck no. If I did the crime, if I murdered somebody, of course, I'm going, fuck it, I did it. But if I'm not the dude manifesting this fucking crime, I'm not the dude fucking head honcho of this fucking crime, I'm not taking the fucking blame.
No, and that's basically what he said. He's just basically came out. He's like, yeah, they claim that once I got in, I knew I was getting in for and all this stuff. And it's like, I'm old school because of just the era I grew up in, what I was watching and the people, whatever. And so, yeah, snitching was unheard of, but it was like, when I listen to 6ix9ine, I'm not going to say I fully blow and believed him or I'm all on his side. But for the most part, I can sit there and say, like, damn, he's got a point.
I look at it this way. We see this this colorful haired motherfucker, and we expected him to be a thug and take the fucking rep. No,
Well, that's what he said. But that's what he said. He said that he believed the rap game.
Yeah.
He said back in the day when fuckers like Biggie and them were doing their thing, they were rapping about shit that was real. They've been through that shit. But then you hear about Drake and me doing the Rico song, and they're talking about murder, murder, murder. Them fools ain't doing no motherfucking murders.
But
Meek Mill's also going to jail for fucking flipping wheelies in the fucking street and crying about getting that. And I'm not throwing shade at Meek Mill, but I'm just pointing out the thing is.
But also, they're smarter to know where Meek Mill came from. East Philly is no joke.
Right.
Everybody knows that. And he knows. I know, and we see drug dealers here not putting their hands on fucking drugs that are going out in our streets. Well, you're going to think Meek Mill, the millionaire, is going to put his hands on a murder? No, he's going to, if he wants to orchestrate it, he's going to sit you down.
Have people do it for him.
Yeah, he's not dumb.
No, and I get it. I'm just saying what he said was he believed in the rap game.
Yeah.
He really, truly thought the rap game is real. You go and do shit, and then you rap about shit that you've done.
Oh, fuck.
And, I mean, he's stupid for thinking that way.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But at the same time, he realized, like, no, this shit ain't real.
No, because you got to think, not every rapper's a gangster, but every rapper lived in a...
But he did mention this, and he said that Triple X, Dacion or whatever, that regardless, he wasn't in the hood, he wasn't anywhere particular, like he should have been, like people didn't have too much beef with him. According to a lot of people, he was very loved, okay? It didn't matter. Whether he was in the gang or not in the gang, that fool died. Yeah. And that's the point, is that 6ix9ine was like, it don't fucking matter. It don't fucking, if someone wants you dead, they're gonna get you, you're dead. It's like, you might as well do whatever the fuck you want to do, and if money's a priority, go get your fucking money, because at the end of the day, if someone wants you fucking dead, or they want you this, or they want you that, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't condone him. I don't really listen. I listen to his music, but his last album wasn't that great. Listened through it through and through, and he could have did better.
Okay, so you don't condone?
Nah, but I mean, his music was crazy good. It was catchy. It was cool, but this one wasn't like that. I mean, he was kind of like, I feel like he was.
I didn't listen to it.
He didn't know how to rap without having like the blood part behind his raps. Like, his rap was kind of just funky. I mean, it was cool. I listened to it. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I try to tune in every time he's doing something, see what he has to say. He's an entertainer at the end of the day.
He is a very high entertainer.
He's pretty good at what he does.
And so I gotta respect his hustle. I'm trying to understand the snitching part, and I do. When you're facing 40 years, and they're basically saying, you could either do 40 plus 50 years, or you could get out right now if you just tell us a few things.
What do you think he had to tell him?
He had to tell him everything about fucking what's his name and all them fuckers, like everything. He had to tell him everything.
You think he told him who's like running it all?
Yeah,
and shit?
fuck yeah. He
had
fucking told everything.
He had to,
Anything he knew, the more he told, the more he was gonna get off on.
He knew. He
Motherfucker got off on everything. You don't get off on everything. You're just like, hey, well, so and so I think did it. Nah, motherfucker, you better tell me if he did it and when he did it, and who he did it with.
That fool said he was in the car with the motherfuckers doing the crime.
Dog, he knew the details.
Dude, he was a dumbass.
He knew every detail. That's why if he ratted, he fucking ratted to the fullest.
I understand. Like, I see people I went to high school with, and I see them now, and they're all gangster. I'm like, damn, that sucks for the people that are hanging out with that nigga. Because I remember back in the day, he was a pussy. So
Well, but see, okay,
That's
put
like-
yourself in his shoes. Like, whether or not you did whatever you did, if you were facing even 10 years, like, could you do 10 years? Like, if you had to do 10 years?
I mean, if I had to.
But do you think you would have survived those 10 years?
Oh, shit.
Like, you're in prison.
I don't know, bro.
You're not in no fucking Chaves County jail center. You're in fucking prison
I don't
with the
know.
other big motherfuckers.
I don't know. I don't.
That's why I think when they sat there and said, you're about to be in prison for 50 years, he's like, fuck that. What do I got to do? I don't give a fuck they call me a snitch. If that's the worst thing I'm going to face is coming out and you guys calling me a snitch, I don't give a fuck. Because you know what? When I get out, who's going to be fucking with me? All my loyal fans. Everybody tunes into his IG lives. All the people that bought and copped his fucking album, even if it was trash. That motherfucker's still making millions of dollars.
This is crazy. Yeah.
He just signed a fucking two album fucking contract for like 13 mil. It's like, bro, this fool just got out of prison. He's a snitch and he's making more money than me. I might as well be a snitch.
I don't know. I wouldn't ever. If I was making as much money as he was before he got arrested, I don't know if I'm doing the crimes. I don't know. I don't even know why.
Yeah, but I feel like he had to do those to get to where he was.
I don't know if I'm.
Because like
doing
you said,
those,
if his
bro.
shit sounds funky because he's trying to go back, it sounds like he's trying to play that part still kind of, but he can't.
Yeah.
Like, those were his parts. Like, everything he fucking Treyway and all that shit, like, that was his thing.
I don't know.
He fucking made a theme out of it. People were yelling up in the streets like it was not a fucking big deal. It's like, do you even know what that means?
I know people were yelling Treyway. I was like, don't say that shit around me,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Y'all are gonna get us.
I mean, I know it's not really a New Mexico thing, but I mean, you go somewhere else and shit, like, you might be fucking with the wrong people.
Yeah, Treyway is like that shit. I don't know about it, but it's like obviously I know enough about it. Like when he said it, I was like, what the fuck is Treyway? What does that even mean?
Oh, it sounded dope.
It sounded stupid lit. Like it was like fuck yeah, Treyway. So I googled it. It was like Treyway six black bloods or something. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like fucking this yelling.
For real. See, and that's the thing is what's crazy is
Them niggas is lit.
they didn't give a fuck.
No, them dudes are savages. Every one of those Treyway fuckers were bad.
But
fuckers.
see, he made a living off of that. He made a fucking everything.
I think what fucked him was he was misconstrued with the fucking rap game, and he really thought that shit was real. Like people rap about it, and obviously they probably seen some shit, and they're just like, "Oh, this can sound nice." Like obviously, like rappers here, they rap about whatever, and some of them don't do a lot of the shit they say anymore, but they've seen it and done it. You know what I mean? So it's like not everybody's still living that life when they're making millions. I don't think you got to think. Who can I put a good James Harden from Compton? Probably seen some crazy shit. Doesn't look like he's living that life no more. Like he's
That's
not,
true.
so you know what I mean? It's like once you hit that level, you gotta be like, hey man, Treyway, cool, what's up? Dog?
Yeah.
But hey, see you in here. Just hey, when you need a lawyer, hit me up. I know that racketeering charge is crazy.
I don't know, man.
Shit.
It is crazy to think that way, but like, I don't know. I don't know if he's trying to make, it almost seemed like he was trying to make snitching, like, cool.
Yeah, he was trying to justify it. Like he's like, hey, get on the wave before it becomes too trendy for y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, like,
not all of us are doing stupid shit.
that's
dog.
true. That's true. It's like we're not putting ourselves in that.
We're not out here doing armed robberies with $5 million in my pocket. It's like, what are you robbing? You have all the money in the world.
I think this was all before, though. This was before he was popping.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
This
okay,
wasn't
yeah.
like recent. These are like back in like 2015 or some shit like that.
Well, he was still kind of popping.
Kinda, but he wasn't on. I don't even think he had made like anything really, really popping yet.
That's
But
crazy.
either way,
That sucks.
yeah. And they were all asking him. They're like, "Who's putting money on your books?" And he's like, "Motherfucker, I was putting money on my books. You know how rich I am." He's like, "I don't need nobody putting money on my books." He's like, "The motherfuckers had me an iPad when I walked in that motherfucker."
I want to know the whole story, how they got like connected. Like, how did this random? I know he wasn't
Well, he
real,
grew up like in New York and shit.
but I know he wasn't into that gang shit. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like, if I seen this without the tats, I've seen pictures without the tats, and I've seen this motherfucker around.
Looks gay.
I'm not gay, but I don't think
Looks
he's
gay
I don't think
anyways.
he's like be a savage out there in the streets.
Okay,
Like, he'd
like
be like,
someone you want-
gang member,
Because
Treyway.
he was running with some big dogs.
Dog,
too.
he was running with one of the biggest gangs in New York.
Yeah,
I
and
was
it
like-
wasn't like he was doing some pussy crimes.
No, he did like 7 things of racketeering. He had like 5 cases of armed robbery. I'm like,
yeah, he was fucking with the
conspiracy to murders and shit. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he-
respect. I mean, he did some crazy shit. You got to respect him because low key, even if he didn't snitch, people be like, oh, that dude 6'9" was a real ass dude. I mean, he's
Yeah,
fucking-"
but no one would even care.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So him snitching now makes his name even more relevant. like,
Exactly.
but his cells did trash. So 6'9", you got.
It don't matter.
You
though.
got to get in that booth and do some better shit.
It's
than
just
that.
the fact that if he would have sat and rotted in prison for 50 years,
Yeah, because you could live off of $13 million.
the only people hating on him are the people, the OG people, and probably the people he snitched on.
Oh, I'm surprised people ain't trying to kill him.
Well, that's what my next question would be. Like, you think that they're just waiting?
Till it dies down?
Like, yeah, like give it a couple years.
Like 5, 6.
Because I know
maybe.
gangsters, fool, they don't fucking let grudges go.
No, hell no.
But they're also not, like, they're not the smartest, but they're also pretty strategic when they do their shit.
Yeah, because you got to think. Even to this day, I go somewhere and I know somebody didn't like me in the past. I'm like, I'm not going to stay. I'm out later. Because I'm not popping. I'm not even close to being popping, but still I'm not going to put myself in a situation
No, and you don't.
to die.
Yeah, to die, basically.
I mean, if that was the case, you'd rather just lay down 49 years and say, fuck it.
Yeah, but it's like, damn, that would suck, man.
Yeah,
Like, nobody wants to be in jail. At least I don't.
Do you think he's gonna die before his career dies? Like, because obviously his sales are going down and down and down. Do you think he lives longer
I
than
don't
his
know.
career lives, or do you think he'll die before his career ends?
They asked him that. They're like, would you be, like, do you think you're going to make it to 26? And because he's only 24. He's like, he's like, motherfucker, I'm almost 30. I want to make it at 30. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard because you're fucking with the wrong people. And then another thing is he loves New York. He was talking about how he loves living in New York, but it's just fucking expensive because taxes are like 40% over there. So they take like a fucking 2/4 or 2/5 of your shit. He's like, I want to move somewhere like Florida or
Texas.
something where fucking taxes are not there.
Yeah, you go to Texas.
And so he was like, but I love New York. Like, I rent houses just to live in New York. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But you being there just puts you in harm's way.
He needs to be somewhere secluded, to be honest, because I'm not saying people are coming for him. I don't even think people care.
Oh, no, I think people care.
But you gotta think, eventually,
You can't avoid those people forever.
nah, hell no, because they're gonna get a couple of $1,000, drive his ass to LA or whatever, and they're gonna find you being a fuckhead on the street, doing skits for your Instagram, and pop pop. It only takes one bullet to kill you.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
I don't
so
know.
many people have died just because.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not even a part of these gangster lives and they die. And it's like, okay, you know, you're playing with fire and shit. And
I know if that should happen in this city, I don't think I don't think you can snitch and be okay here. You can't. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
no, probably not. People here are pretty fucking ruthless when it comes to their OG ways.
Yeah, everybody's on some OG shit. There's not people that are like me. I'm on that new shit. I'm like, I'm not going to jail. Nope. I've been there.
It's just a matter of actually like avoiding that shit though too. It's like you
Yeah.
said, just be smart about it.
I'm not doing that shit. If I want
Don't
somebody,
go fucking put yourself in that position.
If I want somebody killed, I'm gonna wreck my car into them. Oh, it was an accident. No, I just like,
I don't know, man. I just thought that was a topic for discussion because he's out and now he's talking about snitching like it's
It's
just the
crazy
new
how
trend.
who's he's been fucking with though lately. The Nelk boys, and then he goes on to the Impulsive with Logan and my boy Malak. It's like, damn.
Yeah, dog. They're the guys, though. That's what I'm saying. If he hadn't snitched, he wouldn't be on any of them shows.
Yeah, he said that. He's like, if I went to do 49 years, who would be sitting here? And they're like, well, it might have been this person. They're like, exactly, somebody else. It wouldn't have been me, so I don't really give a fuck.
Like, if someone that was on our podcast goes to jail, well, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, that sucks, but we're going to replace you.
We did it before.
Like, I'm just saying, dog. Like, it's just a matter of... It does, like, if you want to put yourself in that position, go ahead. You're free to do so. Just don't think that people are going to give a fuck.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
what's your loyalty to a gang? Once you're fucked, like, look at 6ix9ine. Weren't they fucking his lady and shit,
Yeah.
too? Like, what the fuck? That's not loyalty.
I would fuck his lady, too, though.
No, but
She's pretty good.
if we were gangsters fucking someone's homie's girl, would it be a big deal?
But then it comes back to, like, was he really, like, a homie, or was they...
Well, that's the point. That's the point. There's no true loyalty. It's loyalty to the gang, not to each other.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Whereas, like, out in the real world, like, your homies, you don't fuck with your homies' ladies. It's just, like, we don't fuck with each other's ladies or whatever. It's just, that's loyalty. That's honesty. That's how it's supposed to work. But they don't fucking follow those rules because it's a fucking gang that... They just don't give a fuck about.
I mean, you gotta think they murder people. They don't give a fuck.
No, that's what I'm saying. And that's why he was like, I don't give a what am I loyal to? These fools fucking my lady, wanting my money, fucking using me for this. It's like, you're right, dog. Why the fuck were you even part of that?
I know you're a dumbass.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb on his
Well,
part.
first of all, he has all those 6ix9ines tatted on him. You gotta think he's a little dumb.
He is kind of dumb. But then it was like, there was spur moments of like, this fool has a point.
Yeah, because he tries to make this big-ass elaborated fucking scheme of like, hey, would it be called snitching if this is the reason? Because, you know, this nigga, he's all gonna snitch.
Yeah. He did say gonna on the show. I was like, that fool name dropping.
And Logan was so pissed when he did that. He's like, we're gonna stick to Ricky. What was the guy's name? Or
Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah,
because he's like, you know, Logan want to do like a video with Gunner, so he's like, we're gonna keep it to Tommy.
It was a funny little episode, but
yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mike, you could tell Mike was not having it. He didn't want to be there.
George Janko though, that fool is hilarious, dog.
Is he that?
He's the Mexican guy that was on the show during the whole time. It was funny because like he was making them laugh and doing all this stuff, and then that fool was like, this fool's gonna go back to his house and tell his lady he's doing a good job. He's on texting right now. And it was fucking funny, dog.
Or when he was all, that's my best friend right there, that fat ass dude right there. He's not that fat. No, he's fat as fuck.
He's fat trying to be buff.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I wouldn't even fuck this little girl.
Nah, that shit was hilarious. If you guys haven't checked Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, he had 6ix9ine on recently, so go check that out.
And
Shout
then
out
the
Logan
top
Paul.
corner, they had a fucking little board that says day quarantine. It said 69. That shit was lit.
Nah, that shit was so funny. And when Mike saw, I wore this just so we
Oh,
could
yeah,
be cool.
look at-
He's
look
like,
at
but
him.
it's fake. He's like, my bad.
And my favorite part was when he's like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Not one bone in my body had me thinking to snitch when I had felony charges coming up. He's like, I think he really was like, fuck, I fucked myself on that.
No, that shit was funny. No, that was a funny podcast.
That was a good one. Yeah, I fuck with it.
I
I mean, those guys could do that, though.
yeah, them fuckers do whatever the fuck.
Fuck
They're
it.
savages.
Shout out 6ix9ine.
Yeah, 6ix9ine, come do a podcast, bro. We'll talk about your...
We'll talk about
Oh,
the
thank-
aliens. Travis, come do the podcast. Shout out to
That'd
Travis.
be lit.
Shout out Travis Scott for putting the Roswell fucking McDonald's UFO on one of his T-shirts this weekend.
I don't know
or
what
this
made him
week.
do that.
It's because he's just all about the outer space shit.
Oh, that's true. Huh?
And it's McDonald's. One of the most iconic McDonald's in the world is the UFO.
That is
Roswell.
weird, huh? We're all known for that McDonald's.
Yeah, our Dunkin' Donuts is one of the most sought after like artifacts to come see in the world.
That's just funny because that's what we are.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
It is very dumb. On our end, it's dumb, but everybody else thinks it's
Money
fucking-
maker, baby.
We should have done some alien shit.
We did it because we're not stupid.
Well, we are stupid.
Yeah, that's not our money maker. Fuck.
Not making no money.
Justin, we need our skulls to be aliens.
Yeah, that would be pretty lit. I ain't gonna lie.
I know, I'd be sexy ass alien.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed today's topics. We went over a lot of shit today, but there's just a lot of shit to talk about. And there's still more, but we only have a little bit of time.
Yeah, we could go 2 hours. You want us to, fuckers?
Nah. Gotta go rest this leg.
Yeah, I gotta go rest my wiener.
All right. Well, you guys like, subscribe, share. Again, shout out Clean House Sports Picks. Hit them up in the description for all your professional
I forgot we
picks.
had another sponsor. I forgot to tell you.
Ooh.
Beard Bros Podcast, motherfuckers.
That's what's up. Hit up the Beer Bros. Anything you need.
Uh-huh.
All right. Later, guys.
Laters.
That's what I'm talking about.